Hello and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to my last update for the twin flame connection for the divine group of masculines. And this time it is the divine group who is in their air sign, Leo, Sagitt, Aries, guys. Now, with regards to these energies, and because this is my last reading, it's easy for me to compare the energies, and you won't believe me when I say that the energies or the flow of the energies are so similar, irrespective of what sign we are looking at this point in time. They are more or less all circling around the same kind of energies. A little bit here and there could be different, but the overall stuff, the overall message is mostly very similar, guys. Now, fire sign energies, guys, at this point in time, in their higher self, they are caught in this temptation of this whirlwind, guys. This is the card that I believe the air signs had received, if I'm not mistaken, with regards to this divine connection. So it is a repetition of the same card. It is that, the temptation to make this manifest as quickly as possible, cutting through all the whirlwind, cutting through all the swirling winds, cutting through the tornado to reach their destination as quickly as possible, because this love is so tempting for them that they are not being able to resist coming close to you, divine feminine. But before they actually move, they will have to go through that last bit of chaos, which is in their zone, that they are trying to work through. It's brutal. It's kind of a very disturbing energy because they're trying to fight a lot of things at this point in time. But at the same time, they are also making sure that they are able to reach their goal as quickly, because their temptation is dragging them closer to this reality of this twin flame connection. And that is because their goddess guidance is telling you guys that they're going towards this movement, which is the endings and beginnings. The old must be released so that the new can enter. So now they are in the process of releasing the old stuff, and which is why they're going through that last bit of chaos and brutality in order to begin this journey. In order to go forward in the spiritual journey, they need to close the old cycle in order to begin their new life. And for which this is the last bit of chaos, the last bit of tornado, the last bit of the heavy energy that is circling around them at this moment, which is definitely it's definitely making them feel a little bit distressed at this point, because they're going through a lot of motions, but it's heavy. It's a very heavy energy. But at the same point, this heavy energy is a necessity to release the old so that they can begin the new, guys. And their romance angel guidance is giving them three cards in here. One is trust, wedding, and true love. What can be more beautiful than this, guys? So now the romance angel guidance is letting them know that they have to trust the situation. This situation is calling for you to have faith on this relationship. That's message number one. Message number two is this situation involves marriage. So it could be that once you end the old cycle and begin the new cycle, some of you guys, a group of you people, will be moving towards a marriage situation, because at the end of the day, this is the romance of a lifetime, which is your true love. And these three messages, beautiful messages, are coming up for the divine masculine in their fire signs, guys. Okay, this wedding is because things are closing and new things are opening. So new things, the moment new cycle opens, it is the time, it is the energy that a new chapter of their life will begin with you in this twin flame. So a part of you, a possibility is that a part of you or a group of you will be going forward towards a spiritual union, towards this marriage, because now this divine masculine in this fire sign, Sun, Moon, Rising, Leo, Sag, and Aries, they are realizing that they have found their true love. And this true love is something that has completely, you know, kept them tied down to this relationship, where they're also learning to trust this relationship, to end the old cycle and move forward towards this twin flame connection, guys. It's beautiful. It's absolutely fantastic. Because this kind of a relationship has to have a spiritual union, and this is the first time, again, if I'm not mistaken, that I'm getting these three beautiful cards from the romance angel with regards to this group of divine masculine in their fire sign. The rest of the people are all going to be going there, but you guys, looks like this particular set is already reaching their point of destination. And in their past, in their recent past, they are coming from this place, guys. They are coming from the place where they had no emotions with regards to many situations in their life. The Ten of Cups in the reverse. There was no joy, there was no celebration, there was no fulfillment, there was no happiness. The Ten of Cups were empty. There was no drop of any emotion in those cups. And this is where this set of divine masculine is coming out from. And that is the last bit of the chaos, the brutality, the heavy energy that they are having to go through in order to finish that old cycle to start the new one, guys. And in their overall self, from July 15th to July 30th, look at what they have. They have the Queen of Wands, they have the Four of Swords, and they have the Page of Coins or the Page of Pentacles. So this message to you guys is that this person or this set of divine masculine is definitely healing. Because he's healing, because he's going through that heavy energy, because he has been completely drained of his emotions, he's coming back to life slowly. And the way this Queen of Wands in the reverse is, for me, talks about fertility, giving birth. That is the fire sign energy, where he needs back his courage, his joy, his determination to pick up this page of coin, to pick up this energy from the page of coin, where this person can be focused, can have the dedication, can have the determination, can have that focused loyalty towards this relationship. So, in between these two, in between giving birth, bringing back the joy, the love, the courage to work in the right direction for this kind of a twin flame connection, where he knows that once he walks into it, he will definitely have to respect that connection. He will definitely have to do what he has to do. He has to be loyal, dedicated, completely taking responsibility, being accountable for his own action in this twin flame connection. So, but before he goes there, he is definitely healing, taking his time, meditating, resting, contemplating upon the situation as to how he can move forward, bringing back his courage, his strength, his energy, his fire, his passion to give birth to this relationship in the right possible way, guys. So his overall self energy is definitely very good at this moment, because he's definitely getting grounded to the earth. He's no longer in a place where he can possibly feel that, it's okay, it's kind of all right, if I get into it, I may not have to do much. No, he's coming to the point of grounding himself with this twin flame connection. And when he is grounding himself, it also means that he is taking responsibility. He's getting the inner voice, conscious self out to declare that once he walks into this relationship, he is equally accountable in regards to respecting that relationship, in regards to loving you, divine feminine, in regards to honoring this commitment in this relationship, guys. So he is getting ready for that next chapter of his life, where he knows that once he walks into it, he will have to definitely do everything that needs to be done. Please give me a clarifier for the Queen of Wands in the reverse, the Four of Swords, and the Page of Coins. So he is healing. At this moment, he's taking his time. He's probably not going to tell you, Divine Feminine, but this is what he's doing internally. He will not probably express it to you. He will keep it closed, about his intentions, about the way he wants to go in this journey. He might not completely uncover the truth in front of you, but internally and externally, in his overall self energy, he's making sure that he's getting prepared for action when the time comes and he jumps into this beautiful relationship, guys. Okay, so it's definitely a very, very nice energy at this point in time with regards to his own self desire, where he's definitely manifesting that give and take, equal give and take, to bring his strength back, to become the person he has to, leaving behind that, that portion of his life where he had been sitting in a zone where he had not been able to see the bigger picture of what this connection has been for him, or this connection was meant for him. He could never understand, because, and the other portion of this stuff is that he was expecting a lot of unachievable things from you guys, or from this twin flame connection, where he felt that he doesn't necessarily need to work for it, that it should come to him just like that you guys, Divine Feminine, will bring it on a silver platter, put it in front of him. He will take the cake and he will have the cherries too. But right now, with this change in the situation, he has realized that he definitely needs that strength to restart this journey of the equal give and take, and to leave that portion of his life where he had been sitting in a place from where he couldn't see the spiritual connection or meet with the spiritualism in this journey, because he was not able to go above and beyond his limitation to see the bigger picture, guys. So that is where he's taking his time, meditating, bringing back his strength in his own self to restart this beautiful journey and put an end to the past, to pick up his stuff, to enter into this relationship, to honor this relationship, to dedicate and be focused in taking accountability for this relationship also at the same point in time. Because for him, he's coming from, don't forget, recent past, he's coming from a place which did not give him anything really. And all his emotions, and this is with every divine masculine. That's what I said. Like, you guys, I mean, for me as a reader, I'm totally zapped, because what I'm seeing is that irrespective of whosoever I'm reading it for, the energies are so much similar, that these people are all coming out from a place from where they have suffered tremendously, mentally, physically, emotionally. They have been shattered. Shattered is the word. And that is where they are coming out of the vortex, the last bit of this tornado, that heavy energy, to move forward, to end the old cycle, to begin the cycle of trust, of the spiritual union, and this beautiful true love of this journey, guys. Okay, so everything is there in this story, and it is, like I said, more or less the same with every reading that I have done so far for all the four categories. Now, what he's leaving behind is his self-obsession or self-centeredness, guys. Okay, so he's putting an end to that jealousy, to that self-centeredness, where he wanted everything on a platter at one point in time. He was not willing to lift the weight of this relationship. He was not willing to do anything for extra, go an extra mile to do anything for this relationship. And somewhere there was a bit of jealousy in him as well, which was a kind of jealousy that was also killing this relationship. And this is what, at this point in time, in this period, he has realized that if he sits in that energy, he will not be able to manifest any truth in this, guys. Okay, so now he's getting out of that energy, he's getting out of that um, disconnectedness. It's more like a disconnected energy. And where this disconnectedness was because he was too self absorbed in his own situation to have paid attention to this beautiful journey. And that is what he's leaving behind. And, wants to become more generous, wants to be successful, wants to bring back his sanctuary, wants to be a person who has the capability of taking care not only of himself, but also of this twin flame connection as well, guys. Okay, bringing back the priorities of this connection in the right place, bringing back that compromised part of his life, for this future, where he is now realizing that he had been doing things very wrong in the past, being distracted, being completely self-absorbed, being disconnected from everything but himself, kind of an energy. That is what he is finally leaving behind to do something, to focus something on his work and being grounded for a long-term commitment and a long-term goal, guys. Okay, so therefore he is being guided to leave behind those bad negative vibes, the toxicity, the narcissism, all that stuff that he had been doing, because he felt that, he was so disconnected from the spiritual part of the journey that hardly he ever recognized the essence of this twin flame connection, guys. So this is what he's finally leaving behind in this period in time. Let's take a clarifier for the Queen of Coins in the reverse. He's leaving that behind, finally, to realize that this is not how life works, or this is not. And because now he's coming from a place where he has again learned his lessons, with the Ten of Cups being totally empty, he is now understanding. Too many. Yeah, no, maybe I should take this. He's now understanding that what a person feels without emotions in place, what a person is like without the 10 cups being filled. How does that person feel? Having bank balance is important, or having love and emotional value in yourself is important, is the question with this. This is where he is coming from. And this is what he is leaving behind, where, he's moving past the obstacles, the delays. He's moving past that because of the lessons he has learned, where at one point in time he has seen how it feels to be completely devoid of his own emotions, of his love, of this twin flame connection, and to have been left out in the cold by someone else. Okay, so this is the hard lesson he has learned, and this is what he is leaving behind to become, because he has been trained. He has his lessons in place. He has learned from the previous experience that how important it is to move forward in this twin flame connection in the right way towards the commitment of not only respecting the traditions of the spiritual journey, or respecting the ethics and morals of the spiritual journey, but also going past the delay and obstacles to move forward with the lessons, because he has seen the practical side of his side of the story, where in spite of having everything in his zone, he did not have love, he did not have emotions, he had been left out in the cold. And that is where he is coming from, with the Ten of Cups flipped over, completely empty, guys. Now, what he is manifesting or continuously doing is the Five of Swords. It's the mental energy, the air energy, where it is a question being asked whether it is important for me to defeat this connection, or it is important for me to mutually agree on this connection and walk forward from here, because he knows now that this connection is important to him. And he also knows that if he defeats this connection, he's not only defeating you, yes, he is defeating you, but in turn, he's defeating himself. And that is not going to make him happy anymore, because he wants to fight for this connection. He has that ambition to go forward mutually in progress towards this progression, but with a mutual affection, with mutual compromise, with mutual understanding of this journey, to be the one person as he should be, the divine masculine in this journey, guys. So this is the question, that whether, because he has learned his lesson, so every time he's going through this phase, in this period, the question is, can I defeat this connection? Can I say no to this connection? Because if I say no to this connection, I would not only be hampering this connection, but I'm hampering myself. I'll not be happy without this person in my life, because she is my true love. She is the only person I love. So what other options I have? I have to mutually compromise. I have to mutually agree upon the settlement of this commitment and bring together this relationship in a much better way. And that is what he's continuously working out in his mental space. He's not going to be telling you guys, but this is what he's going to be doing through this period of time. Let's take a clarifier for the Five of Swords energy in here. So he's paying attention to all the details of his life that he wants to manifest, because he's carrying, now he has started to walk. He's got that heavy energy with him, where definitely he is carrying a load of burden, a ton of burden. But at the same time, he has also been overwhelmed, been defeated before, and now he's juggling whether he should carry this burden or remain defeated in this encounter with you guys. So he's kind of trying to balance this both situations, because there is also a fact, there is also a second way of looking at these three cards in here. It could be that this person or this group of divine masculine has a karmic connection or a third party obligation. So at this moment, that karmic connection or a third party obligation is what he has been defeated with, he has been overwhelmed with, and because of that, he's starting to walk towards building a new future with you guys. And these are the two pentacles that he is kind of trying to balance at this point in time, without rocking the boat too hard, guys, okay? Without breaking anything right away, but taking his time to walk through this journey, to balance you and balance the twin flame connection and balance the other side of his life, whatever that he has in his zone, for which he definitely is carrying a lot of burden. But, he's doing that. His spine is bent. He's working hard, but he's working hard because he knows that he has to override this defeat. He has to override this sense of being overwhelmed with whatever has happened in his zone to start this journey, but at the same time, balancing the two situations in his life to bring back a little bit of stability and foundation in his own self as well, guys. Okay, so this is what he is kind of continuously doing to be connected with the earth. Again, the Two of Pentacles is a earth energy, guys, so he's fighting to bring back that passion. He's fighting to bring back that love, to be connected in the right way for bringing back his foundation and stability. Because at this point in time, guys, he has seen the defeat, he has known and felt the drain of his emotions, being overwhelmed, and now he wants to balance that. He wants to come out of that, and for that he definitely has to work hard, which he is doing. But at the same time, he is balancing you, balancing this connection, and balancing the other portion of his life that is still very much predominant in his zone, guys. Okay, so this is what he is doing at this moment, in this point in time. Now, what is entering his zone at this moment is the Seven of Swords in the reverse and the Eight of Coins. Very grounding energy, guys. Okay. So, what he's basically trying to do now is he's trying to work on building back this relationship with you, Divine Feminine. But this time, he is trying to work hard with regards to bringing back his honest self, to building this connection back. He doesn't want to deceive you. He doesn't want to deceive himself. He doesn't want to do anything wrong with this connection, because he has got the message that for him to close the old cycle, to begin something, he has to be the apprentice. He has to start from the scratch. He has to plan for the future. He has to look at the bigger picture. He is going towards another cycle of his life with regards to his love. So now things has to work out in the right direction with regards to this journey, where he is going to do things, but in a very honest way, guys. There is nothing dishonest about his approach now. He has learned his lessons. He has seen through the bad. He has seen now through the good as well. So he is able to, excuse me. So he's able to compare the two situations. So now he knows what he should be doing in order to manifest this love in the right direction. Let's take a clarifier for the Seven of Swords in the reverse and the Eight of Coins in the upright. So yes, so he is definitely working to bring this all back together, to reconnect with you in the right way, to bring back this beautiful connection, to build it back from the scratch, which will require a lot of patience, understanding, compromises, agreement, everything that needs to be sorted out before you guys can walk into the next portion of your life. But this time, the best part of the story, guys, is this time the Divine Masculine has decided not to be wishy-washy, not to be deceptive, but to do things in the clean way. So whatever that he's going to decide, plan, take action upon, work towards, he will do that because he wants to build it all back. Again, the lessons. This is what he has learned from his inner voice, the High Priestess. The lessons that he has learned through his past experience, where he has understood that if he does anything wrong moving forward, guys, he is not going to see this beautiful union at all. And now he is being able to hear his inner voice from his conscious self, from his subconscious self, to understand the truth of the situation, to understand the spiritual union, to connect with the divine, because this High Priestess is also the Virgin Mother Mary, who has this crescent of the moon on the bottom of her feet, and who is so wise that she is able to show this man the difference between the dark and the light in here, guys. Okay, so therefore, at this moment, at this point in time, these are the lessons that is coming back to him of what has happened before, why his emotions have been drained. What is that he now needs to end in order to finish that chaotic part of his life, to move forward with the heavy energy, finishing that off, to move forward, to rebuild his future because of the hard and tough lessons that he has been going through in his own life as well, guys. Okay, so this is where the High Priestess is supporting his endeavor, is supporting his wisdom, is supporting his knowledge, is giving him the right guidance, is pushing him towards his right wheel of fortune, and everything is going to float back into him in the right way. His grounding energy is that of the Knight of Cups in the reverse, because right now, remember, he's just coming out of that phase where his Ten of Cups is all drained. So right now, like the romance in his heart, the romance in his body, the romance in his mind is kind of dead, okay? Because the Knight of Cups is an idealist, romantic person. He is the knight who has the cup in his hand, filled with love and joy. But at this moment, this is in reverse. So, which is a lot of moodiness, lot of disappointment because of the emotions not being there. Because this emotion has gone, it's going to take him time to bring those emotions back. And therefore, at this moment, the grounding energy is that he doesn't have much of romance sitting in his heart or his soul or his body at this point in time, guys. Okay, it's kind of empty. The water is not there in his heart. It's the heart has kind of dried up at this moment because of all this that has happened in his life, where he's floating down from the Ten of Cups empty, so therefore this man at this moment, the divine masculine, is not like his intention is good, but his romantic endeavor is kind of missing. He wants the spiritual connection with you. He wants to manifest the love, but at this moment the love in himself is kind of missing because he has to bring it back, guys. It has to come back to him. Let's take a clarifier for the Knight of Cups in the reverse. So that is the energy that is kind of missing from his zone at this point in time, which is going to take him some time to bring that back, obviously. Because at this moment, again, he has been awakened, suddenly awakened to the fact that he doesn't have any joy in his life. There is no Six of Cups happiness. All the cups are empty. And he is waking up to realize that it is only you, Divine Feminine, who can bring that Six of Cups happiness back into his life. Or else he remains empty without the cups, without the love. The cups are all reversed. There's no water there, there is no emotion there. He's waking up to the fact of his own wisdom, of the state of things that he is in at this point in time. Because of that, he doesn't have a drop of emotion in his heart as well. Everything has dried up, everything is kind of deserted, very starved, very coarse kind of an energy, where he doesn't have anything right now. And he's wakened up to the fact that there is no happiness in his zone, no bliss, no childhood innocence, no love that you two guys might have shared in the past, where both of you all know that this is what the twin flame connection was centered over. And he's waking up, he's receiving that wisdom to bring everything back into his zone, or else the cups are going to remain completely empty. Now, the challenge over here, guys, the challenge, and also again, he has to, sorry, let me just go back. He has to leave things. He has to leave behind his home. He has to leave situations that has failed to give him back his happiness, guys. Okay, this is what I needed to tell you as well. So this is all that he's waking up to at this point in time. While the challenge for him is the Ten of Coins or Pentacles and the Six of Cups again, guys. Okay, so this is the challenge. To bring back his legacy, to bring back this beautiful union, to bring back that happiness, to bring back that bliss, to bring back the joy of that innocence, of that childhood friendship, that kind of, the childish stuff that you guys might have done in order to create that beautiful romantic situation. So he wants it all back. He wants the Ten of Pentacles back. He wants that comfort. He wants that legacy. He wants that security. He wants that stability, as well as he wants to bring back that love in his zone. But at this point in time, that is sitting in his challenge area, guys. Okay. It is a challenge for him to bring back his emotion, to bring back his financial stability, to bring back his love, to bring back his resources. At this point, is definitely a challenge. Let's take a clarifier for the Ten of Coins and the Six of Cups in here. Please give me a clarifier for the 10 of coins and the 6 of cups. Yeah, so this group of divine masculine has also been going, every group of divine masculine I have tapped into has been going through a very hard time, guys. And look, the challenge to fill back his Ace of Cups, the challenge to bring back his heart and soul, filled with emotions, filled with love, filled with beautiful abundance, manifestation of his abundance, and everything that he requires or a person requires to survive in this life, guys. And that is a challenge area at this moment, of course, because he doesn't know how to work on this challenge. He hasn't progressed that far, but he has definitely progressed a lot more than you might as well have imagined, guys. But definitely at this moment, this is definitely a challenge zone because he's coming from here. So, in order for him to fill back every cup, is going to take him some portion of time, guys. Now, where will he find his support? Is when he has his mental clarity and takes off the blindfold. Instead of going back and forth on the situations, instead of dicing and slicing all kind of situations so hard and overthinking on situations, being keeping himself blinded because he still doesn't know which direction is right and which is wrong for him. So the moment he gets his clarity, the moment he hears the truth, the moment he understands the this regeneration of his own self, this transformation, because every energy that ends and begins is a big time painful process, guys. So therefore at this moment, this group of divine masculine is going through that same pain, and that is the reason they're not being able to get a mental clarity of the situation for themselves. So they are in that position where they are being blindfolded, where they are being tied down to understanding or not getting the straight facts right as to what they need to do in order to move forward. So the moment they are able to take off that blindfold, the moment they are able to get that mental clarity, the moment they are able to hear their inner voice of the lessons that they have learned in a more clear approach, with a more clear approach, the moment they are able to get that uh, the complete energy, the way it's been transformed, that is the time they will receive everything back one by one that will fill their cups as well, guys. Let's take clarifier for the two of sword, because all this is at this moment they are ending and beginning something, so they are not sure, they want to go forward, they're moving towards a commitment in their higher self, that they want to definitely commit to this twin flame connection, because they have realized the divine feminine, that nobody is more important in their life than you guys are, and then this connection. But at the same time, they also are caught in the midst of that tornado where they are finishing off with that heavy energy, and in between this process, they are definitely not being able to make up their mind as to what they should be doing going forward, in which direction to offer that apology or to offer that cup of love that's definitely going to surprise you guys. Okay, so this is where they will find their support once they are able to get back their determination, to clear their cloudiness, to clear their thought, to understand that this is what they need to do in order to move forward in this beautiful journey. Either it's an apology they have to offer to you for doing what they have done, the wrong stuff, because of the lessons they have learned. They have learned what important things have gone wrong in here, what they need to do to correct that situation now. They definitely will have to bring back that offer in your zone to let you know that, that they are sorry. They are not going to repeat that mistake. They want you to know that they want you guys to feel happy about the fact that they are walking towards this mutual agreement, this mutual compromise, balancing every kind of situation to not be defeated again, to not be overwhelmed, working hard to overcome that defeat, to overcome that sense of being defeated, and thrown behind. Nobody looks after him, nobody cares for him. To fill his emotions back, to get back everything, he has to bring his emotions back in the right way, that emotion that he can offer you as well, to start off with as the Page of Cups. Slowly, little by little, not picking up everything at the same point in time, but going one step at a time in order to bring back everything in their zone, guys. Okay? And when my spirit's advice is the Nine of Wands, to maintain his resilience, his grit, and his determination to fight this battle, guys. He will have to keep holding on to this flame, onto this passion, in spite of being injured, in spite of being defeated, in spite of losing his 10 cups in here, in spite of all the emotions having gone out of his life. Everything that has happened to him definitely has been a very sad story, for sure. But my spirit's advice to this group of divine masculine is that they will have to work on their resilience, they have to work on their grit, on their determination to bring back this beautiful journey in the right way, guys. Because at this moment, there is not much that they can do. They will have to start to rework with their emotions, with the lessons they have learned. It's going to take them some time. But again, throughout this process, he will have to hold on to his strength, to his guts, to his determination, being resilient in this journey. Please give me a clarifier for the Nine of Wands in the upright. He has to hold that flame of passion, because too many cards. Otherwise, things can again topple. There you go. Things can again topple over. And the way he can hold on to this beautiful journey is bringing back his emotion, his emotional intellect, as well as using his logic and rational at the same point in time. He has these two beautiful kings in here, the King of Cups and the King of Swords, guys, which is, again, he has to use both his strength. He has to use his emotional intellect and his logic and rational at this point in time to work through this connection in the right possible way, or this connection will give him trouble and he will completely, again, he won't be able to balance this. So in order to balance this connection, he will have to use both the ammunitions. He will have to fill his cup back, he will have to bring back his emotions, and he will have to use his logic and rational, his head over his heart, to balance out all the situation in the right direction, guys. Okay, so this is where my spirit's advice rests. And the outcome, the outcome is the Empress in the reverse and the Eight of Cups in the reverse, guys. Okay, so which tells me at this point in time, he is not moving away from where he is to give birth to this relationship. He's taking his time, guys. Okay, he's going to work through this portion of time with his emotion. He's keeping his secrets locked. He is guarding his secrets. He's not letting people know what he is going to do going forward a little bit in the future. But at this moment, he is not walking away from anything in his life. He's staying put in the place. He's not, he's not journeying. He's not going on a journey. He's not going on a pilgrimage. He's not leaving things behind to give birth to this relationship. Although at this point he's very lonely. He is very lonely. But at this moment, he is not rocking boats to bring this relationship on the surface, guys. He's not rocking the boats right now. So he's going to take his divine time into account, where he is going to get prepared. He's in the stage of preparations after the hard lessons that is going to take him time for him to make way into this journey. But definitely he is going to do that because in the higher self, he is ending something to begin something. And that is the reason at this moment, he's not rocking the boats, guys. He's going to take his time. Let's take a clarifier for the Empress in the reverse and the Eight of Cups in the reverse. Because right now, before he's ending things, if he starts to move, if he goes forward, if he does things, he will not be able to begin the cycle. And there you go. A dupe with the Empress in the upright in here. To give birth to this new beginning, to bring back the teamwork, he will have to wait a little bit, guys. He will definitely have to wait with the Empress in here in the reverse, where he is waiting to give birth, to begin this new journey because of the bad investments that he has made before, the missed opportunities that has taken away the teamwork, the beautiful connection from his zone. So in order to bring all that back, to give birth to this beautiful relationship, he will have to take his time and wait for the divine time. And he's not letting you guys know about it all. But this is what his story is till the end of July, where he is wanting to manifest things in the right way so that he can move forward without any calamity that had earlier happened. He doesn't want to repeat that calamity that had happened earlier. And so now he's going to take his time to move through this entire journey, to move through this beautiful relationship, to give birth to this relationship. He's taking a little bit of time to bring things back into his zone, guys. With this, I end my video. Goodbye, good luck. God bless you guys. Khuda Hafiz, Namaste, and see you soon once again.